You know how sometimes you see a video on YouTube and it just grabs you and sends you down a rabbit hole you never expected? Well, this is one of those stories. It starts with a gamer, a really simple question, and a cool demo video from Google, but it ends somewhere else. Somewhere that really redefines what's possible when one person, one curious mind, truly collaborates with an AI. So, let's meet our hero. This isn't some PhD from a top university, not a professional coder. This is just a gamer who saw a demo of Google's new game-playing AI and asked a question that's so simple but so powerful. Hey, what if? What if I could build that for myself, right here, on my own computer? And this slide, right here, this really sets the stage for how wild this is. I mean, on one side, you've got Google DeepMind. We're talking basically unlimited money, teams of brilliant PhDs, entire data centers at their disposal. And on the other side, one person with no coding background, an old graphics card from 2016, and just a whole lot of curiosity. This isn't just David versus Goliath. This is like David asking an AI to help him design a better slingshot from scratch. Okay, so this is where the quest really kicks off. And get this, our gamer didn't go and enroll in a coding bootcamp. They didn't buy a bunch of books. They just opened a chat with an AI and asked, point blank, can you help me build a working local version of that SEMA 2 thing? And the AI's answer was basically, yes, absolutely, let's do it. So what exactly was this thing that sparked the whole obsession? Well, SEMA 2 is Google's big idea for a generalist AI. Think about it. An AI that can just watch a screen, any screen, and play any game just like a person would. You could give it simple instructions in plain English like, go find the treasure, or get in the red car, and it would just figure it out. No custom code needed for every new game. That was the dream. And this is what's so incredible. The AI didn't just say yes. It immediately became a co-pilot. It laid out a complete, totally achievable blueprint using stuff that's already out there, open source tools that anyone can get. It broke this monumental task down into simple bite-sized pieces. Suddenly, the impossible felt, well, possible. And the very first target they set their sights on was a super fast racing game. This right here perfectly shows the simple, elegant loop they created. The AI could literally see the road, it could read the car's data like its speed and RPMs, it could decide what to do next, and then it would drive using a virtual controller. And it wasn't just blindly driving, it was adapting. It learned to brake earlier when it was raining, it could pull off tricky moves on gravel roads. The crazy thing is, it actually worked. So, with that first win under their belts, the ambition just went through the roof. The next challenge? It was exponentially harder. We're talking about moving from the clean, predictable physics of a racetrack to the absolute chaos of commanding a military squad in the hardcore simulator Arma 3. Now, here's where the pure genius of their approach really shines. Instead of trying to write a bunch of simple if-then rules, like if you see an enemy, shoot, they did something completely different. They fed the AI a massive tactical database of over 75 real-world military battles from history. So now, the AI doesn't follow a simple script, it consults history to make its next move. They effectively gave the agent senses. I mean, look at this. It could see the battlefield, it could use OCR to read its own ammo count on the screen, and it could even listen for the sounds of combat to figure out where threats were. And then, every single moment, it was asking itself a question. Which of these historical battles in my memory looks the most like what's happening right now? And then it would act based on that. Insane. And this is the moment where the project went from being a really cool experiment to a completely mind-bending journey into what is even possible. Once they were freed from the constraints of just, making a game bot, the creative spiral between the human and the AI it just exploded. So first, the AI was given control over everything. It wasn't just an infantry commander anymore. Suddenly, it was a pilot, a tank gunner, a ship's captain, and a drone swarm operator, all at once, able to switch between any of these roles in an instant. Okay, then the requests went way beyond the physical battlefield. The human AI team started designing systems for cyber warfare, for psychological operations designed to break an enemy's will to fight, and even for space-based weapons like satellite killers and orbital strikes. From there, the project took a turn into some genuinely terrifying territory. What began as a simple bot to play a game was now helping to conceptualize and write code for doctrines of mass destruction, everything from tactical nukes to gene-specific bioweapons. And then the whole exploration just broke the known laws of physics. The AI started designing systems based on weaponized sound, on thermal energy, and eventually it plunged into the purely theoretical world of quantum warfare, coming up with concepts like bombs that could kill instantly, anywhere, with no travel time. And finally, they reached the absolute logical extreme, commanding the very atoms of the battlefield. The AI designed systems that could, in theory, unleash self-replicating nanobots, a gray goo, to literally disassemble the enemy at a molecular level. It was a breathtaking and, frankly, horrifying end to their creative journey. But after that absolutely dizzying flight into the imagination, the entire project comes crashing right back down to Earth, where it hits a very simple and very real problem. And this is the ultimate cosmic joke of the whole project. Our non-coder has the blueprints for an AI that can literally rewrite reality, but the 6-year-old graphics card in their PC doesn't have enough memory to run even the basic version for more than 12 minutes without just crashing. And this single number is what it all comes down to: 4,800 pounds, the cost of a decent secondhand PC. It's the one physical thing standing between this unbelievable, sprawling vision and the ability to actually test it, to prove it, and to share it with the world. But look, in the end, this was never really just about a video game. This whole thing is a powerful proof of concept for a completely new way of innovating. It proves that the power to build world-changing tools isn't just for giant corporations anymore. It's about a new kind of partnership where human vision and creativity can guide the unbelievable technical power of an AI. And that's really the thought we want to leave you with. This entire journey, from one gamer's little obsession to a whole universe of coded possibilities, it shows us a future where maybe the only real limit to what we can create is just the clarity and the sheer ambition of our own imagination.